All right, and I believe we are live. In this episode 3 of season 10, I am joined with visual artist Jordan. Jordan, thanks for stopping by.
For sure, man. It's a pleasure. Thank you for having me, man.
Awesome. Love your work. How would you describe yourself as a visual artist? You do a lot.
How can I describe myself as a visual artist? Ah, man. I I would say the best way I can describe it, man. I just take a little bit of the past, the present, and the future, and I kind of create my own story just from, my childhood and from the things that I'm around now and things what I think the future is going to look like. So yeah, man, I just kind of take the world around me, man, and just kind of just paint my own picture, kind of tell it from my point of view, my vision. So,
I
yeah.
love that in your Instagram profile. I've never seen this before, but your title as an artist is, I think, nostalgic or nostalgia storyteller. I love that. Like, when did you come up with that?
Oh man, so honestly, how it happened, man, a good friend of mine, we was at the gym and I was just trying to figure out what I can call my work, because at that time I was doing a little bit of everything and as far as like different type of content and he was just like I was like, bro, like what do you feel or how do you feel when you like see my work? And he was just like, man, like it's like a nostalgia look into heaven. I was like, oh my God. Like I was like, that's beautiful, man. And I use tones, but it kind of made sense because like I use certain color palettes, certain tones as if like it was nostalgic. It's like, the nostalgia is like almost like a comfort word. Like it is you think about the past, you think about good times and you think about, especially when we was kids, like foods that we ate and cartoons that we watched. So I was like, all right, yeah, like I like to tell stories about, things that feel good. So nostalgia, storytelling.
All right,
So
so cartoons. I love thinking about my like childhood and like what cartoons like I associate with. So what are the cartoons that you associate with your childhood?
oh, in my childhood, man, I was watching uh what was my favorite show? Rocco's Modern Life. I was watching Tom and Jerry.
Oh yeah.
I was watching Courage the Cowardly Dog, Cartoon Network and stuff like that. But I mean, I don't put, of course, I don't put the cartoons in my work, but it's just the feeling, like it just like even just talking about the cartoons, it's the feeling that you feel like, oh, I remember that, or oh, I remember when, me and my little brother was fighting over the Power Rangers DVD, the VHS tape to see who wanted to watch that or the Aristocats. You know what I'm saying? It's just like the feeling that nostalgia, feeling that it was good times, or when life was just a lot easier. You know what I'm saying? As kids, or just whenever.
I know. I know. I tell my daughter
Yeah.
this all the time. I'm like, you have it so easy. Like everything is on demand. I showed her a
Right.
VHS tape once. She's like, "What is
What
this?"
is that? She's like, what is that?
All right, so
Yeah,
let's back up.
man.
How did you get started as an artist? Like, when did you first start calling yourself an artist, or know that you wanted to do it?
Um, I didn't start calling I just let my peers around me kind of call me the artist. So I kind of make a long story short. When I was in college, I was working for I was a graduate assistant, so I was working for an African American Male Initiative program, and we would have to take our students to like different. We took our students to New York, and so the thing is about these programs is like you have to document, the trips and stuff like that, so you can like send it to so get everything ready for the grant for the next year. So long story short, I'll make it quick. So a buddy of mine in the gym asked me, he was like, "Hey man, I heard you guys are going to New York. You want to use my camera? I'm trying to sell it." And I was like, "Oh man, I can use my phone. That's cool." And he was like, "Man, just try it out. Let me know when you get back." Let me try it out, man. And I fell in love with it off rip. So fell in love with it. Um, One of my classmates, like when I came back from the trip, One of my classmates, she was like, "Hey, like you still got that camera?" I was like, "Yeah." So she's like, "Oh, I got this cute outfit on. You want to take my grad photos real quick?" Because we was about to graduate. And I was like, "All right, cool. I ain't got nothing else to do." So I ended up taking her pictures, and like 2 weeks later, I was on like our school website, our university webpage, with my name underneath, and then everybody was like, "Eric, the photographer, the photographer. He takes pictures. He takes pictures." So I'm like, "Oh my God!" Like, no, I don't. It was just like a one-time thing, you know what I'm saying? And it just went from there. So
Do you remember what
that's
camera it was?
yeah, man. It was Canon Rebel T3i. Yep.
That was what I had. That was
That's
like
that's the go-to. That's the official starter kit.
I remember like seeing it on, it was probably Amazon or something like that, and it was like that camera and then like maybe one other lens and then like a million like kind of like really shitty accessories, and it was just like,
Yeah,
what the
yeah.
fuck is
The
this?
kit lenses. Yeah.
It was probably like
Yep.
a
Yep.
1 gigabyte card. So
Man, those are the days. The megapixels was like mad low too, like 10, 12, something like that. I don't remember.
yeah,
But
I remember getting that camera
yeah.
and being like, what do these two wheels do? I'm like, why am I moving them? Like I like had no idea about the exposure triangle. It was just like,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm
right.
on it.
I had mine on like the auto. I was on auto. I didn't know nothing about manual or nothing. I just put it on that little green square and let it do its thing.
Yeah, I mean,
So
auto's come a long way since that camera. It's they're so smart now.
yeah, right. Yeah.
All right, so what are you shooting on now? What's in your gear kit?
What I'm shooting on now, R5, Canon mirrorless R5, Mark IV. I still shoot with the Mark IV a lot. Um, RB, Mamiya, medium format film, so RB. Um, what else I'm shooting on? Sometimes I might pull out a point and shoot, Olympus point and shoot. But really and truly, man, just the R5 and the Mark IV.
That's awesome. So how'd you get into film?
Um, so I've always loved the look of film. So a friend of mine, I think I started shooting film 2019, 2020, somewhere around that time. And oh yeah, 2020, because during the pandemic, I got bored, bought me my first medium format camera, and my friend of mine, he shoots nothing but film, and he was like, "Hey man, like I can show you how to use it." So showed me how to use it. I was like, "Oh my God!" Like you just feel like you're just in total control, of the image and just everything around you. So um, every now and then, just depending on the project, I may shoot film, but very impatient. Like I want to see what the photo look like right now, and then just the process, like of dropping off the film, waiting to get it developed, stuff like that. I'm like, man, I'm gonna just shoot it on the digital, but I still a little small place in my heart for film for sure.
So you're in Atlanta, right?
Correct, correct.
So what's the film? Are you going to just like a local store to get your film? Do you order film online? Like what's that development process look like in your
Yeah,
city?
man, there's a couple of photography equipment rental places or just film places here in Atlanta. So we have like PPR, we have Dunwoody Photos. So that's where I usually go to get my film developed. There's like a photo lab out in Douglasville, Georgia. So there's some ways from the city, but I heard they're really quick with it, like next day turnaround type. So, but yeah, there's a pretty large film community here in Atlanta. So
Nice, nice. So when did you start, making enough money to be like, I'm gonna do this for a living? And like what were you doing and who were your clients?
say that one more time so I can kind of process. You said
Yeah. So like when did you really start doing this and like getting paid clients and being like, all right, this is my profession now.
yeah. So after I graduated with my master's in 2017, and I moved to Atlanta after that, and I started off doing graduation photos. That's kind of like that's how I kind of got my mark. and it wasn't. I mean, I was making pretty good money, but it wasn't enough to like quit my job or anything. But I'm trying to think about when I started. I was full time the top of 2020. Like that's when I said, I'm fully getting into it full time.
Like
But to be honest, man,
right
it was
at
it
the
was a it
beginning of
was
2020 when it was like
yeah, dog, dog. When I say like dog, like soon as the CDC said COVID was out, like that's when I was like that's when I took my leap of faith. Top of
that's
2020, man.
that's baller. Like tell me
Yeah,
about
yeah,
photographer becoming a photographer.
yeah, man. That's when I did it, man, and I was already like doing a lot of work. I was shooting a lot of stuff, so I was doing a lot of like, especially like back in 2019, like a lot of like small personal brands, and I was doing engagement shoots. I was doing maternity shoots, graduation shoots. So I was like busy, and it was already hard to kind of like juggle my job and do that, do photography at the same time. So um, yeah, man. So I was like, something had to give. Something had
Nice.
to give. I was it was one time. So when I my last job, what like I said, I got my master's in public health. So I was a health educator. So I was doing like health education, and I was doing case management and stuff like that. And it was one time where I was a part of this artist. She had a like a documentary out. Well, she's more than an artist. Like her name is Selena Johnson. She does a lot, and she was on this TV show called The Sister Circle. And so everybody that was a part of the documentary like was like supposed to be on the Sister Circle. And I'm at work, and I'm like, oh my God, I gotta go to this. So I'm like trying to figure out ways to like fake the doctor's appointment. I'm like, hey, I had a doctor's appointment. I'll be right back. I go to the Sister Circle TV. They host like they kind of celebrate us and talk about the documentary stuff like that. Went there, came back to work. Like it was a lot, man. So I was like, man, I had to do something. So
Nice. So how are you getting work today? Is it word of mouth? You do advertising?
um I would say today, man, I've I've kind of made a name for myself here in Atlanta. Um I've worked with a lot of different brands, worked with a lot of different influencers and creatives here. So, you know, I really don't have to do too much, like, as far as like, I mean, it could be word of mouth, it could be Instagram, it could be from my website, it could be from LinkedIn. Um, I just been in the game for a minute now, and just putting out consistently putting out good work and stuff like that. So, um, yeah, man, it's just I'm just known for my style, and I guess um, if anybody's looking for that type of work, I guess I'm that person to go to. So
Yeah. Do you do all of your post production retouching?
most of it. If I'm doing like shooting a campaign, or I'm shooting for a brand or something like that, um, I'll definitely outsource that. But for my own personal work, like it's something about me like getting to edit like my own personal work, like then I'll edit it myself. So it
Nice.
just depends on what the project is. So
What's your workflow? Are you in Lightroom, Capture One?
Lightroom, yeah, I still use Lightroom.
Lightroom's the
I've
shit.
created, yeah, man,
Yep.
because a lot of people say like, oh man, if you're not using Capture One, you're not a real shooter. This, that, and other. Like, if I'm tethering, I'm tethering on a shoot or something like that, or of course I'm gonna use Capture One. But Lightroom, man, like I created like my presets on Lightroom. So it's just like to get my look, like I have to like what I'm saying, I made a preset that fits my style that I made. So like Lightroom is just what I've been using, and that's where my all the sauce is at. It's in Lightroom. So put it in Lightroom, color it up, throw it in Photoshop, do a slight retouch in Photoshop, and might put it back in Lightroom, see what else I can, excuse me, manipulate a little bit. But yeah, man, Team Lightroom, bro. Team Lightroom.
Yeah, 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 for sure. Have you gotten into any of the like AI post production that kind of like
Nah,
magic
nah,
stuff?
nah. I haven't. There's some like I've heard about different like editing sites where like retouching sites that you can like throw the photo in there and AI will take the photo and automatically edit the photo for you, stuff like that. So I tried a couple of those programs, but I haven't done those like AI uh, programs where they like create the backdrop and stuff like that. No, I haven't really got too deep into that.
Yeah, are you worried at all about AI coming for your jobs?
Nah, not really. Not really. I honestly, man, like photography is a to certain people, it's an experience. It is that personal interaction. And for me, man, like I always say, like I'm a big believer. And my faith and stuff like that. So just like it's God's work. So it's like a form of ministry for me. So it's been times where, I'm doing a photo shoot for a couple and they're like, oh man, like we've connected on a deeper basis like since our photo shoot. And like when I'm on my engagement shoots and stuff like that, man, I try to make it like a date night. Like it's like a setup. Like when you go home, like you and your partners, y'all should have like a good night that night. Cause I try to make it a good time. And it's been it's been clients that are like insecure about themselves or just not feeling their best, and I'm able to capture in a way where they like, oh my God, I've never viewed myself. I've seen people cry like from stuff like that. So like it's bigger than me. I always tell people like it's bigger than me. So I do it for the people. You know.
You do it just to
So
make people cry. That's why I do it.
oh no, everybody he said do it to make people cry. But nah, man, I didn't know that. I didn't know that I didn't know I could find purpose in the art. I didn't know that. Like I had no idea. At first it was like a side hustle. I kind of told you a story before. Like, I'm shooting graduation photos, get some side money and stuff like that. But I didn't understand like how much purpose was in like in photography. Like I'm freezing time. I'm capturing moments that, people can like, look back, from years from now. Like man, I can go on and on about some stories, man, like of stuff that I shot that really meant a lot to people. Like I can go down the list because but that's just like wow. So I feel like I'm stuck. I ain't got no choice but to do this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So like advice for people starting out that like want to be where you're at. Like what do you tell people like getting into photography now?
Um, what I tell people first, I ask them, "Is this what you really want to do?" Because it's a journey. It's not something that you can just wake up and just like you're just this fire photographer. It don't happen like that. Like it's a journey. Like and also too like it's bigger than just the imagery. It's about like just the post production and stuff like that. You got to understand the composition. You have to understand like even the personal connection that you have with the person that you're shooting. Like it's mental. Like you have to like for me, but I'll kind of go into detail. If I'm shooting someone and if I don't know you, like I kind of analyze like where you're at mentally. So, I could tell if like you're uncomfortable or you're like, you don't know how to pose, this and the other. So you kind of have to like build that confidence up. So, we might shoot in an area where this is my I like just say we're shooting, I don't know, at the park or something. I'm just throwing up a random location. And they have this bridge, and this bridge is like a fire location, and I know that's going to be the money shot. I'm not going to go straight to the money shot area because I'm like, you got to shoot in this other area that's still nice, but we're probably not going to use these pictures, but they probably don't know that. But You're shooting just to like, boost their confidence, let them know, like help them with their poses, actually getting to know the person that you're shooting and stuff like that, understanding what angles is the most flattering for them, what side do they tend to lean to more, this and the other. And then you show them a couple pictures like, oh my God, like that's me. I'm like, yeah, you killing it, like you doing great. Hey, this is next location. So like it's like I don't even know the word for it, but it's more to it. It's that personal relationships and interaction that you have to have with your clients. And that's the biggest part with photography too. So if you're trying to make it into a business, of course, you know.
Yeah, I
So
mean, making it an experience that people like rave about is
yeah,
the best way. I mean, Jay Mayhew really taught this in the tutorial she has with us about that whole day is like this experience that she creates, and like it's transformational for a lot of
yeah,
people. And like a lot of
yeah.
people will remember that for the rest of their life.
Exactly,
Huge
man.
part of photography.
Exactly.
Love it.
Exactly.
All right, so I want to get into your Instagram and just kind of go through. So if
Let's
it's
do it.
I'm going to share my screen and we'll just kind of go down the rabbit hole. All right. All right. So at Jordan Vision is the handle here. So where did Jordan Vision come from? Did someone else give you this name too?
I think my mom helped me out with this one because I was like, Mom, like I don't know what my photography name is going to be, and I was like Eric photo, like Eric shot by Eric. I tried all that stuff, and then I was like Jordan Vision. I was like Eric Vision, and she was like, Nah, how about Jordan Vision? I was like, Oh, I like this. It sounds better than Eric Vision. So I spelled it with two eyes for a couple of reasons. So the two eyes is supposed to be like your vision with your own two eyes. So I put two eyes in vision.
Ah,
Yeah,
I like
and then
that. I
and then
like
also I'm the second. So I'm Eric Jordan the second. So the two
nice.
eyes stand for the second. Also your vision with your own two eyes. So that's why I put two eyes in vision.
Damn.
So
I love that.
yeah,
I love that.
appreciate it, man.
All right. So I ask everyone what the first photo is. So explain this one.
Oh man, so this is one of my day one dogs, man. This is my homie, and we shot this a little bit after Father's Day. We was trying to do a little Father's Day shoot, and July I don't know what I was doing in July. I just wrapped up a campaign, and I was like, man, I want to do some like something that just something personal, like a personal shoot. So
Yeah.
I was like, yo, bro. That's his son right there, Cairo. That's his son. And I was like, yo, man, listen, I got this location. You and Cairo, I want you guys to get your hair braided. I want you to wear some type of white and cream
Oh,
and
nice.
meet me at this locate like meet me at this location. He's like, all right. So, man, we went out here. It was like blazing, bro. It was mid July, hot as hell, dog. Uh, it was like no overcast. It was just straight heat and sun. And Cairo is two, so his attention span, as a 2 year old, just imagine like he's in this greenery area, just running around. So I'm just taking pictures. Like
Nice.
my boy Kahim, his name is Kahim. Like he didn't really know what I was doing. I'm just snapping. He was like, man, I hope we got some good stuff, man. I know this is the project that that you put together. So hopefully we did what we needed to do. And
Yeah.
I was like, bro, trust me, I got more than what I needed. And yeah, man, I told a story out of it. Like,
Yeah.
um,
I mean, these.
it's I appreciate it, man. It's deep. It's deeper than the imagery. It's my friend, he grew up without his father in his life, and we've been friends for over 10 years, 13 years. And just to see that now he's a father and he's an active father in his son's life, and he's also a husband, and it's just like almost of that I don't know how to explain the word, but just I'm trying to find the kind of formulate the right words, but just outgrowing like his situation and making the
Yeah.
most out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this like for me, this is like my a lot of people might see a father and his son, but that's like his seed. That's his mini me. That's his who he lives for. Like So it was that's like my favorite shoot that I've ever done in my life because
Yeah.
it's so deep. It's so powerful to me.
Yeah, I love it. And was this shot on Fuji?
So couple photos. I didn't post those photos with Fuji, but what I did was I gave them a Fuji disposable camera, and I don't know if you can see in this couple of images, like they're holding the Fuji
Oh
camera.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I love
So
I love what Fuji's doing. I love the look. I love their cameras.
I'm yeah. See like look, he has the Fuji camera.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, so there is a couple pictures that I have like that Cairo shot, and then his dad had shot too of each other. So
Nice.
yeah.
All right. So is this your studio?
Yeah, man. Yep. That's my studio. So we're getting some work done, and we just we just got it together, and right now they're doing the renovations and stuff like that. So that we're definitely excited to share with Atlanta for sure.
Nice. This floor looks awesome. Did you put that in or is that in there?
No, no, no. It came like that. It came like that.
Nice. I love the old wood floor. So you're
Yeah.
currently renovating it. What are you doing to it?
Yeah, man. So it's gonna be a content creation studio. I haven't really told the public of what the vibe that we're going for, but we're here now. So we're trying to give it like this mid-century modern vibe.
Yeah,
So
love
a
that.
lot like wood panel walls and um, you know we like let's cut like washed paint. Like we're doing like a lime wash green. We're doing clay. We're trying to give it this like New York.
Nostalgic
Uh,
vibe.
yeah, New York Kith type of vibe. So we've built a platform wall in there. So yeah, man, curtains like velvet curtains. So we're gonna give it like this.
Love that.
I don't know. Yeah, yeah, that's the vibe we going for, man. So
Nice.
very excited.
So what explain this photo. How did this come about?
Yeah, man. So that is for I did a project with Revolt TV. They have a celebrity basketball series TV shows called The Crew League, and they're on their fifth season. It's on YouTube. If everybody viewing, if you want to check it out, it's on YouTube. The Crew League, and I shot um, the media for the rollout. So,
Nice.
these images, yeah. So these are some familiar faces that people may know. That's Lil Duval. We have Nick Cannon. Um, we have Waka Flocka in there. We have
Oh
um,
yeah, there he is.
yeah, yeah. So that was pretty cool, man. So we shot at State Farm Arena. Had this crazy lighting setup, this crazy backdrop, the Schmidtly backdrop. Yeah,
So
man. So,
what was your lighting setup for most of these? Like what was it on this one if you remember?
man, I think it was like a 4 to 5 lighting setup, man. We had a light hitting the backdrop, had a couple lights behind the subject, one on the front of the subject. We had a constant light going as well to kind of like overpower some of the lights that was on the subject too. So it was a lot going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a lighting team for this. So I kind of just had to just kind of help describe how I wanted it to look like, and they made it happen for me.
Nice.
So
So when you say you had a lighting team, were these people that you already knew or you found them for this series?
so my Digitech that I work with, he's super dope, man. His name is Donnie too. Um and he's a lighting wizard too. So Donnie was like the guy that lit this whole shoot. So,
Nice.
but we worked together on. I had did a campaign for the pair of thieves. It's a underwear brand. Some people may know. It's out. I don't know
Oh,
that they're in. Yeah, in
yeah, I
Target.
think
They're
I
in.
get a lot of their ads.
Yeah, yeah. So Donnie was my guy for that. So that's how we. I think that was our first project together. Yeah, that's how I got introduced to him. So he's the man, bro.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you've got a good mix of, everything. Oh, there it is right there. A good mix of
Yep.
oh, look at this. So is this their wedding day or this like engagement shoots? This is
So this was a power. This is I'm gonna find the best way to explain it. A power collaborative shoot that we all did. So the credit list,
holy
we
cow.
all yeah we all came together and we created a 70s wedding. So it's not real. It's not real. So we went to this location out in Cleveland, Georgia. I don't know, I forgot, but it was far, man. It was far from Atlanta, and we went out there. It was about 2 hours away in the country. It was this beautiful venue, and yeah, man, we all came together and created this '70s wedding story.
I love this.
So
It
I appreciate it,
definitely
man.
like instantly the first photo, not just because of the like, the wardrobe, but the color grade is
Yeah, I
instantly brings me
appreciate it.
back to like, oh, this is 70s for sure.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah. So in terms of like collaborating, all of these people are getting, I'm guessing have the rights to these images to put on their website. Like how does something like that come about? Because there's a lot of people to coordinate.
Yeah, man. Uh, that's a good question. So yeah, so definitely, I think not. I think, but yeah, these images were definitely, approved that people can use this to like market their business and stuff like that. Because we all, I couldn't have done this by myself. I wasn't even the creative director on the project, so I was, definitely I was invited and to be a part of this to capture this moment. So it was that something that we could all take credit for sure.
I love that.
Um, yeah.
So do you like the planning process for stuff like this? Like these, bigger productions, or do you have a producer that you work with?
Um, it just depends on what the project is, man. I really enjoy being a part of the creative process. It is stressful sometimes, but I enjoy being part of the creative process because I can actually like I can help tell the story from like a different point of view a little bit.
Yeah,
Um, it was so dope working with the pair of thieves, man, because they allowed me to like be a part of the creative process. So I picked out locations, I helped pick out models and stuff like that. And usually when you're working with a producer or you're working with a big brand like that, like they already have their own set in stone vision on how they wanted to look.
yeah,
So it was just so dope. It just meant a lot to me because they trusted my creativity, they trusted my eye. And I'm not sure, like like Pair of Thieves, they're based out of Oregon, so they came from Oregon to Atlanta to shoot this campaign.
they're gotta
And
feel good. I mean, that's
yeah,
a nice
man.
feeling, right? So
Oh
cool.
yeah, yeah, man. So it was so dope that like I was like, man, like wow, they believe in my vision, So like it was amazing, man.
And are the
So
final images of that on here?
no, they're not on my page yet, but they're definitely coming soon for sure,
Okay, so it's
for
probably like
sure.
embargoed. They're not out yet.
Oh no, they actually rolled it out. They
Oh,
actually
nice.
rolled it out. Yeah, yeah.
All
They're
right.
live.
So this is quite a bit different than the rest of them. Well, start. There's that vintage vibe.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
That was her that
what?
was her single cover.
Oh, nice. So this was just the cover of her. She's a musician.
Oh no, the last image was yeah, she's a musician. We shot her single cover. She's a
Nice.
gospel artist.
This is
Yeah.
great. All right. So explain this one. Who's this?
So she's a pretty dope model. Not pretty dope. She's an amazing model in Atlanta. Her name is Ariana, and Sean Kelly. He's a amazing director here in Atlanta, in LA. So, when did we shoot this? Was this what date was that? Say I can't even see. Is that May?
9 weeks ago, 23 weeks ago.
I don't know, but but we was me and Sean. We was me and Sean, we're pretty tight, so we cool. So we was like, man, let's do it. Let's when you're working on a lot of stuff, like you just want to do something for you. Like
Yeah.
I was working on like a big shoot like every month, like of 2023 to that time. I was like, man, I gotta do something for me. And Sean was like, yo, me too. I said, bro, let's cook something up. So we was trying to go for this like 80s, 70s, 80s like drop off type of vibe. And he owns this vintage Rolls Royce. So he was like, man, I could pull out the Rolls Royce, man, and let's find a model and let's create a story. And we didn't even mean to shoot at night, man. So like I just the time got the best of us. Ended up getting dark, ISO through the roof.
So there's no,
Uh,
you're just using available light for all of this?
man, I'm like I had him parked underneath the street light. So like, yeah, man. So I parked underneath the street light. I may have had like a little. Did I have a little panel light? I don't think so. I think I had like an
Easy
iPhone.
aperture, you know?
Yeah, man. But the thing is like when you bump your ISO high, sometimes it makes it look like film a
Yeah.
little bit because it's so noisy.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man, it wasn't even about the. It was more about the story versus like of anything, and like I was like, wow, this came out so hard. Like just I wanted to make it feel like a movie, like movie stills,
Yeah. It
you
really
know?
does. I mean,
Yeah.
there's so many stories. Look at, I mean, anyone who has this mustache has a fucking crazy
That's
story.
his signature, man. Sean Kelly, man. That's his name, bro.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Which of these like really stand out to you as like a crazy good shoot or project that you want to go in and talk about?
Uh, if you keep scrolling down, I can let you know a crazy good shoot that stands out. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Where is it at? Mm, it's one that's gonna like stand out to me. I'm trying to remember. No.
It looks like you have a lot of fun.
Yeah, man. I tell people that it's like it's healing work for me, man. Like I heal myself through the art, man.
I love that.
Um, yeah. I know you're scrolling pretty far, but I know which one it is. All right, so the one that says discount mall. That's like I wouldn't say that's my favorite shoot of all, but I didn't want you to keep scrolling. But yeah, but this one right here, man. This shoot I had this plan for years. Um, and it just took a long time to execute it, just to find the right person to shoot it, the model to shoot it, and stuff like that. So I'm gonna give you a little Atlanta history lesson real quick. So if you're from Atlanta, right, and every not every person, but if you grew up in College Park area, South Atlanta, uh, uh, like this is place. It's the flea. It's called the flea market, right? So the flea market is the area. I'll say it like mostly like in the. It's like a lot of African Americans, like the black culture, right? So the flea market is where they have like a lot of like knockoff stuff, replica stuff. You get your hair done. You get a 10-piece wing combo from there. You can get Chinese food from there. You can get your sound system hooked up in there. So
Yeah.
pretty much, it's a lot going on in the flea market, right?
Yep.
And the thing is like as a kid, like your mom, you might ride with your auntie or your mom, and they might go get their hair braided, or I don't know if you remember the time where they had these big buckled belts that had the LED lights on it, or they had like the dog tags, stuff like that. You get your dog tag. You can get a grill made from there. You can get airbrushed T-shirts made. But I keep going on.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a big part of Atlanta culture, that discount mall, because like a lot of people have been there and they can relate to the discount mall. Everybody has a story. Like if you have black parents or not, it doesn't really depend on, like, it doesn't matter on the race, but if you grew up in that area
You know
and
about this mall.
like it is, and you've been to the discount mall
You got a story
and
about this mall.
you have a story. Exactly, man, you have a story at the discount mall. So like when I went in there, I haven't been in there in years, and it was very nostalgic, man. I remember like when uh I think me and my cousin, we had got some like matching dog tags, and then we got some like 2XL t-shirts, like all the color white tees, black tee, red tees, and stuff like that. You can like get food there. I think get some like your earrings done there. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, let me tell this story of like what happens like at the discount. See, she got wings. She got um I think she was leaning over the counter where you get jewelry from. It's obviously fake jewelry, of course, but it's just that experience. Like if you've been there, then you know exactly what. It's like if you know, you know,
Yep,
you know.
I love that.
So yeah, man.
Oh, this is an old Bronco.
Yeah, so that was actually part two of that, of the wedding, the
Okay,
mock wedding. Yeah, so that was, it was a couple of parts of it. So that was like part two.
I love this. So,
Appreciate it, man.
where do you also post on TikTok, or are you pretty much just on Instagram?
I have a TikTok. I'm still trying to grow that platform. So I post, post on TikTok. I don't post on Facebook, not really. My Facebook's connected to my Instagram, but
Facebook's
I'm,
really died. They really shit the bed on pretty much everything.
yeah, but when you do ads and stuff like that, like, you heard you got to go through the Facebook and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I'm trying my best to get to the TikTok, man. I'm trying to get it, going.
So, do you you mentioned ads? Do you advertise through Instagram, Facebook?
No, I don't. But I think I tried it back in like 2019, 2018. And I know I had somebody that was like, "Hey man, I can help you with your marketing and stuff like that." I'm like, "All right." Um, and I remember I had to hook my Instagram and my Facebook together.
Connect them? Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't really last that long, but I've been in a blessed situation, man. Like it's I wouldn't say as a, photographer, you definitely want to, marketing is a major part of the business. It's a business at the end of the day, and in order to, increase your clientele, to, increase your network, like, you do need to market. I've been blessed to where like, I don't have to do, I mean, I still need to, but I don't have to like put that much effort into marketing. um, like a lot of my work, if I post something, it goes viral, it gets reposted by everyone. Like Twitter, like I have a lot of different pieces of like work that just breaks the a million views on Twitter, hundreds of thousands of likes on Twitter and stuff like that. And it's just like people see it and then like they reach out from there, or brands may reach out from there too. So it's been a blessing, man. Like yeah, yeah,
That,
it's
that's awesome. Like, it's not the case for most people. Like, they have to constantly be advertising and marketing, and unfortunately, like, a lot of photographers find themselves like doing that 95% of the time and only shooting 5%. So
yeah, yeah. It has been.
everything that you're doing is working out very well for you.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
So what's the next year look like for you? What do you have on the horizon?
Ah, next year, man. So, just getting the studio up and running, and being more into, um, like the community, the photography community. Being able to be a lot more hands on. So my kind of piggyback. My last studio was I was at. They like knocked the whole like campus down, the creative campus down. So I've been like studioless for like a year and a half to 2 years, because they were renovating. So I ended up getting this spot, and man, just being able just to create freely, like you have your own place to create, and I can create more projects and um, invite other artists to to create um, but yeah, man, just I would say next year, um, definitely looking just to continue expanding my business. You know, yeah, man, just expanding the business, bro. Just
You'll have to let us know when it's done, and maybe we'll drive down with a bunch of cameras and
yeah, man, for
put it on
sure,
the podcast.
for sure, bro. Most definitely.
I love it. So, where can everyone follow you, or do you have any? Do you do any teaching? Do you have any like workshops coming up?
See, right now I haven't been doing that, but that's something, because like with the studio space, that's something that I'm definitely looking to do more is workshops and stuff like that. Um, but if you want to follow me at Jordan Vision, two eyes, Jordan Viision on Instagram. Eric Jordan the second on LinkedIn. Um, my website is in my bio. Also, too, if you dig in my style, you dig in my tones and stuff like that, and you a lover of nostalgia, I have my presets attached to my website, and also in my link in my bio, and also too, like I have a I'm starting out, but I also sell merch as well, like Visionary. It's called the Visionary League, and it's merch. It's merch brand, that streetwear brand that has that nostalgia feel. You know what I'm saying? So I
Nice.
had put it. Yeah. So I had
Do you have like the old Letterman jackets, the
You know
bomber
what?
jackets?
Actually I do.
Do you
I
really?
do. I
Oh,
swear, like I do. I don't. I was trying to
nice.
see if it's
I gotta
like.
get one.
Watch this. Watch this. I'm about to show you. It's crazy that you said that, but so I'm dropping these right here.
Oh, I
I don't
love
know
it.
if you can see it. Yeah. So I don't know if you can see it well,
Yeah,
but
world champions.
yeah,
92.
man, it's 92. You get the Visionary League right here. So these are dropping in a couple of weeks or so. So I just did the shoot for that. So that should be rolling out pretty soon. But yeah, man, 92 was a good year. I was born in 92.
That's
But
fantastic.
yeah, I was born in 92. And also too, man, like I'm really big into like my spirituality and stuff like that. And the angel number 92 means a lot too. So I don't want to spoil it. So anybody that's viewing this, I want you to look up what the angel number 92 means. It has a lot to do with your creativity and sharing your gifts with the world. I'm gonna just stop right there, but I'll let you do your
Wait, hold on. Where did
research.
that stop right there? How many angel numbers are there? I don't know much about this.
I mean, like this angel numbers, it's a whole bunch. You can make an angel number out of anything. They got 222, 777, stuff like that. And usually, what it is like when you stop, like if you see certain numbers like consistently. So you just say you like it might be 1111. 1111 means that people say 1111, make a wish. You know what I'm saying? So just depending on what numbers that you consistently see a lot, it could be a sign. It could be a sign from. It could
Got
just
it.
be a
Okay.
sign.
All right.
Yeah.
When
So
did you
90.
know? When did you hit your angel number?
I wouldn't say like I hit it, but like I don't know what it was. It was like 92. Like my mom always say 92 back in 90, back in 92, back in 92. And I'm like born in 92. And then I was just like I was like doing my like I'm just looking it up like man, let me see what 90. I keep hearing 92 all the time. And I looked it up and it was just like, that means you just have these creative like you expressing your creativity in different mediums and it was just saying like yeah like the 92 number it just means just like share your gifts with the world, share your creativity with the world, and I feel like that's what something that I live by, and that's something that I do. And I was like, well, I'm born in 1992 and I keep hearing 92. Let's put 92 on this jacket. We're the world champs of 1992. Everybody that gets this jacket are world champs of 92, where you express your creativity with the world and you healing yourself through your art. That's what I live by, man. Like I wouldn't say I went through a lot in my life or anything, but the times that I've been down, I've been depressed or whatever the case may be. Like a lot of my healing that I've done has been through my work. It does a lot for me, you
Is it
know.
92 also when Jordan won the first ring? Michael Jordan?
I'm not
The other
I'm not
Jordan?
sure. You know what? I'm not really
92, 93,
sure.
94, then had an off season, and then three more after that.
Jordan won a lot of rings. I'm not sure when because I was more in the Kobe era. I
Yeah.
didn't really get a chance. My pops definitely watched Jordan ball, but I wasn't really old enough to really understand what was going on. So
Yeah, I get that. You were zero. There one, two,
yeah.
and three. Well, Jordan, thank you so much for taking the time. I really appreciate it. Love to stay
Nah, I
connected.
appreciate you, man.
We're gonna share the shit out of your work this week, and we'll cut this up and send you a bunch of media too. So,
That's love, man. I appreciate it, man. I really do. And I just this is mad random, but how did you find me?
actually, Michael found you. We were just kind of going through a lot of the people in our Instagram and just like doing like a deep dive, and then like your work
Yeah,
popped up, and it was like, holy shit, this is awesome.
that's
Um,
dope.
yeah. So, yeah, we're gonna share the shit out of your work. Love it.
I appreciate the love, man. I appreciate it for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you again, and we look forward to seeing everything you create, man.
I appreciate